Okay, so welcome back to task 3, which is the animation part. We want to create the illusion of the apple being bitten down until its core and it becomes rotten in the last image. The first 4 seconds would be just a really cluckety clock clunk stiff animation, which is turning this apple and then replacing it with the other images until it becomes the apple core, and then the motion of the leaf falling down, and then the tween for changing it from fresh core to rotten core. Okay, let's start with the first apple. So first apple should be centered, so that's about centered, I think. um, should be keyframe here. I'm gonna add another layer for the next one, since there are multiple images that we're gonna replace it with. I'm gonna put another 2. So this one is for fresh, this one is for byte 1, this one is for byte 2, this one is for core. Let's think about the rotten part later. Okay, so byte 1, sorry, fresh should be replaced by byte 1 at the next 2 seconds, so it should be on frame 25, but it asks us to change it at 2 seconds, so we want to stop right here and then start in this layer of byte 1 in keyframe 24. So in keyframe 24, I'm gonna put byte 1. Now since you want to have the apple of not moving around, so you might want to um, make sure that the positioning of the apple is the same. So let's do that right here. It should be the same positioning as the first apple. Now for me to do that is to make sure both are on the same spot here of the keyframe, but then since it should change on keyframe 25, now I'm inserting one single frame, so now it's shifted one by one frame. So now if you see, it becomes something like that. Okay, now the byte 2 should start later on. Now right now the byte 1 should stay until 2 seconds, so let's add another 24 plus 1, so it should be 49 and it should be 50, but we put it in 49. Okay, keyframe for the second one is here, so now it stays until frame 49, but at keyframe 50 we put a blank keyframe. Again, want to make sure the position is the same. I'm gonna remove frame so it's ended up in the same second for now, so that I can position the apple the correct way. So now I put it here just to make sure that the position is the same as the previous apple. So when I see that and I think it's already looked or positioned the same way and I'm confident, then I'm going to insert frame for the byte 2. So now it has a 1 frame different. So now it looks like this. Jump, jump. Okay, now after the second byte, what should we do? It should now show the core at 6 seconds. So we're gonna add another 24 plus 1, so it should be 75, but again we should stop at 74, and then on the core should be on 75. Can remove frame so that it's the same. I'm gonna add the apple core here and position it the same way as the previous apples. Okay, I think should be moved a bit right here. Okay, now I have the core of the apple on the top of the 2 bitten part. Now I need to insert frame so that it's on frame 75. So if we play, jump, another jump, and then core. Okay. After the core, what it asks us to do is to make the leaf fall down. So I'm going to add another layer on the top of core, which should be the leaf. But instead of having the leaf only appears at the end, we want to make sure that the leaf exists in the beginning. Okay, not the end. So I'm going to remove that for now, and then go to the beginning of the frame and layer the new layer. I'll call it leaf layer, and make sure that it's selected. I'm gonna put the leaf there while it's selected. So now the first keyframe has the leaf. I'm gonna put the leaf here, or the stalk here, and I want to make sure that the leaf now turn into a symbol. So later I can make it in, and I can make use of the guide path. Add motion guide, create a keyframe here, and then also a path here, and then the next one is that the leaf should fall at the bottom of the line. Oh, it should be somehow rotate. Like so. Now create the motion twin and then hide the line. So now if we play this, jump, jump, another jump, and then fall. Okay, there was some trouble in adjusting the apple because I didn't realize that the core was inside the guide leaf layer. So what I did was I move up the core outside, and the rotten also make sure that it's not inside the guide leaf layer. So now when I create the motion twin, it works. Okay, so again, what I'm gonna do right now is to make sure that the core apple, at the end of the core apple, the alpha becomes 0, and then as in for the rotten apple, the alpha at the beginning is 0. So they switch bodies. They switch bodies. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that this is actually outside the guide leaf. So after it falls down, then it becomes rotten. I think that should be done. During the next 2 seconds, the image must fade out. After 2 seconds, the animation starts again. So after this, then we add another 2 seconds for 12 times 2. 12 frames times 2 is 24. 24 plus this is 49. So it's at 150. All of it are should repeat itself. So I'm gonna keep the leaf and the rotten apple, but in this case both of them should disappear, right? Both of them should disappear. So at the end of this should be 0, and create a motion twin for it so it disappears, right? And the leaf also at the end of it should have a 0 alpha and a motion twin here. So then both of them disappear at the same time. And the after another 2 seconds, During the next 2 seconds, the image must fade out. After another 2 seconds, the animation must start again. So we give another 2 seconds for the white screen to stay. So let's give 2 seconds for white screen to stay. Means that at 24 it's 75 here and here, and that's it. And no need. Actually, you only need one. So as long as it stops at 175. So now you can export it as the animation. Let's see the preview for the movie. Okay, loop playback. Let's play this. So chomp, chomp, bite, leaf fall down, apple turns to rotten, disappear, stays for 2 seconds, and then come back in the beginning of the apple bite. Okay, so that's it. Thank you.